Fab. Thank you for having me. So, is this what good delivery looks like? We have got Jira tickets in progress, we've got sprints in action, we've got all of the engineering teams pivoting to all of the most important work. We've got Teams meetings happening everywhere, calendars booked out. As a show of hands, yes, this is what good delivery looks like. Please put your hand up if you think this is what good delivery looks like. Excellent start. If you'd asked me 3 years ago, maybe I probably would have said, yes, the more chaos, the better, hand high in the air. Unfortunately, in my role, I've seen that this is the exact version of what good delivery does not look like, and it will in fact slow you down. My name is Jukes, and I am Head of Engineering for one of the engineering functions at Lloyds Bank. Last year, my teams were moving from an on-prem product over to a SaaS product. We've been with the vendor for about 8 years, so we had a lot of trust in them. We were going from upgrade after upgrade after upgrade. This seemed like the next logical step to go to SaaS. We had all of the engineering teams in place. We had an 18-month timeline. Again, Jira tickets in progress, everyone's ready to go, all looking really good. Does this look familiar? So we had this 18-month timeline promised from our suppliers. We start to break the work down. Shock horror, it is not 18 months. We're looking at about 3 to 5 years worth of work and complexity. Now, not just engineering start to panic, obviously. Business start to panic, products start to panic. Oh, my director's been promised this is going to be done in 2 years. I haven't got the budget to do this over 3 to 5 years. My dependencies don't match. I can't do this over 3 to 5 years. It has to be done in 18 months. Why don't we just start doing some of the work now and we'll just see how it goes? That's the kind of messaging that I'm sure everyone in this room hears from lots of different business and product stakeholders. At this point, I just went, stop. Let's just stop. And why don't business people and engineers and product sometimes just pause? Why don't we stop the work when it's looking like this? Why don't we stop, take a step back, and reassess what we're actually doing, rather than going, oh, 18 months, let's crack on. Let's get on with it, quick, we've got 18 months. So instead of just pushing on, when we do, we can see that teams are getting burnt out. We're just trying to increase the pace of delivery. We end up cutting the scope of the work entirely just to hit this new deliverable timeline. And in the end, we get to the point where we have actually just lost the point of what we're doing. We're no longer trying to improve something, improve a process or a product. We're actually just working to a delivery timeline. This looks really good from the outside. It looks really productive, especially to all of our key stakeholders. Everything's moving, everything's going at pace. When in reality, we're just going to be building what we have today or building the wrong thing entirely. I'm sure there's pretty much everyone in this entire room will have been involved in a project where they have promised their stakeholders the shiny new sports car, and then when we get there, we've got something that kind of looks like it, but one of the wheels is missing, and the windows are there, but they are stuck on with duct tape. This is the most powerful moment where, as engineers, you can pause. And when we were moving to our SaaS product with my teams, I got everyone in a room and started just asking questions. What are we actually trying to achieve here? We've been with our vendor for 8 years. Are they still realistically the right vendor who we should be going with? Are they still the people who what we needed 8 years ago, what we still need today? Have we actually involved product in this? What's the value in what we're doing? Why are we doing it? And we couldn't actually get any clear answers to these questions. So in that moment, we just stayed there, we stopped the delivery, we didn't move until we could answer the questions. That was the point where we decided that we should probably bring in the business, since we didn't know what we were doing. And we said to product, rather than just, what would you want this SaaS product to give you? We flipped it entirely and put the power back on product and said, in 3 to 5 years, what would you want this product to be doing for you as the business? And that changed everything because it put the power back with them. This now moved just from previously going to a SaaS upgrade. It gave engineering clear, measurable outcomes about what we were doing. And that meant that as engineering, we actually understood what we were building and why. Having that pause for us ensured that we were solving the right thing before we started. Now when I'm in this moment of pause with my engineering teams, or if it's with the business or product, I ask these 3 questions. And we do not move on until everyone in that room, engineers, product, business, whoever it may be, can answer these 3 questions. What problem are we solving? What value should that create? And how will we know if it's worked? Again, do not leave the room until you can answer those 3 questions. And when do you ask these questions? It is at the point which it's the hardest point to ask them, when you are ready to go. When everything says, start the program of work, let's get going, go, go, go. You pause and you ask those 3 questions. Now, what I think is also really important to mention here is that you do not need to take teams out of development to go and do this. You don't need 2 weeks to go and ask 3 questions. It is just getting the right people in the right room asking the right questions. And that might be engineers, that might be product, that might be business, or just your key stakeholders. It will take an hour to ask those. If everyone's aligned, amazing, off we go. But if it's going to take longer than that, it just shows that you're not actually ready to start the work. If we start fast, it often feels productive. But that is how you build the wrong thing faster. So next time you've got product or business on your back screaming at you about delivery timescales, as an engineering community, I empower you to stop building and start deciding. Thank you.